Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 10. It's now been a decade of waste management. And so Jackson, I just wanted to say, Pikmin 4, 2023.
Okay, that's a lot of things that I did not expect.
That's all I got.
We reached double digits in age. We're 10 years old.
We are 10 years old.
Pikmin 4. Welcome back to the show.
Lots of crazy stuff.
Lots of crazy stuff going on.
Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we missed Thanksgiving week because we care about our family.
My mom's birthday
and
was
you as a listener.
That's true.
Thank you.
We wanted to honor your family
and listening.
And you want to know whose birthday was over Thanksgiving, dude?
Your mom's.
Well, my mom's. I already said that though. This guy.
Whoa.
Guest star Zachary Muller. Can everyone give up a round of applause for our big guy?
Woo! Yeah.
He's turning 10, just like the podcast.
Just
anyway,
child prodigy.
Yeah. So I don't know how you're doing, Jackson, but it's final season.
Oh yeah, it's final season.
It's been a little stressful. I just finished my two models that I had to make and 18 drawings. Not 18, sorry, 15 drawings. 15 drawings.
Well, I actually took an exam right before this.
Oh, really? And how did that go?
I got a 73.
Already know?
I got a 77. Well, it was all online, and it was all multiple choice. So, yeah, I kind of already know.
Dude, I have this one teacher, I
don't know why. Taking an exam after this, which I have.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so this one is like, just, do not do what I do. Listeners, please. I know you're not going to do this because you're like a good person. Do not follow in my example, all right? I have a chemistry exam right after this podcast where, and in the class we have 3 exams total. The lowest one is going to be dropped. I already have the 2 other exam grades, and this last exam, look, I'm not going to do well on it in the first place, so I am just not studying at all. I have no cheat sheet, no hose. I'm just going in raw dog. I'm going to put my name down, write C for every answer, and then every question that's you have to write out and do math. I don't know, I'll just come up with a funny line and maybe I can get a bonus point here or there.
Bless you.
And then we'll check out and that'll be that.
So you have 3 exams and one of them just doesn't count at all?
Yes.
Dude, I wish that's how mine was.
The lowest is dropped. I'm very lucky though. This was not going to be the case until 2 weeks ago, where they decided that this class fucking sucks and is way too hard for no reason. So they're just we're gonna drop one of the exams.
See, but maybe if you get a 15% on the exam by writing down C for every answer and not answering any of the extended response, they won't drop it.
That's just not what I want to happen.
No, I mean, I don't want that to happen for you either. That would really suck. But, what if they're oh, well, this kid isn't even trying. So then they just,
But
college professors be like that.
You invite that in the first place if you make that a policy, right?
No, trust me. I agree.
If a teacher hands out, a skip one homework pass, you can skip one homework, and then the teacher is why are all these people skipping random homeworks? It's you, my brother in Christ, you handed out the homework slips.
Yeah. We get
doesn't make any damn sense.
We have that, but it's not for our exams, it's for our quizzes, because we have a fucking quiz every week.
Yeah.
We had a quiz yesterday. I haven't had class in a week. Normally we have lecture on Wednesday, and then lecture on Friday, and recitation afterwards, and we take the quiz after recitation.
Yeah.
This week, we have our presentations for our final studio class. I have mine tomorrow at 1:50, so I'm really glad that it's tomorrow and not today. But we just had a quiz yesterday in class at 8 a.m. We didn't have lecture beforehand. We didn't learn something and then that's what the quiz was on. We just had a quiz.
Yeah.
And we didn't have class at all last week because we had Thanksgiving break from Wednesday to Friday. So I didn't have class Wednesday. Didn't have class Friday. Didn't have recitation Friday. Had one class the previous week. So I don't know. All of us got the quiz and we were like, you see this shit?
Yeah, it's fucked up. I recently, they started handing out the, course evaluation forms where you can leave feedback for, just, generally how the course is made, and then also, the instructors or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Some
of those responses I left were legitimately, longer than the final essay that I'm going to write for some of these classes. It's actually insane. I think for my chemistry class, I actually, the homework is, the most dog shit thing I've ever done. And I think in my feedback, I said, if you take away one thing from all of the responses you are going to read today, it should be that your homework is legitimately the worst academic experience I've ever had.
Good.
I said that word for word, how I just said it here. So I hope I wasn't too harsh, and then they don't, they just look at it and they're like, oh, this guy probably didn't even fucking show up. No, I showed up to your stupid class, okay? I did the work. I put in the time, the hours, the drive, the power, even.
The power.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm done with this semester.
So, there's I'm going to keep ranting about my history course because it's just my favorite class. I just love it.
Go for it.
But so when we leave, we have SEIs, which are student evaluation eyes. I don't know what it stands for. It's something like that. But you get to evaluate a course, and supposedly it's anonymous. And if it is, even if it isn't, honestly, I'm just gonna write an essay as to why my history teacher is the worst person ever. And the best part is that my junior year, when I have studio, I have studio right now, and then architecture, you have a studio every year. That's the whole thing. She's my studio instructor for the whole year, junior year. And I think she might be maybe not my least favorite professor ever, but she's straight up just rude and condescending, and she tears apart people's models, and that is she's the worst type of person.
Yeah.
My friend was 2 minutes late yesterday. Maybe not 2. I think she just missed the quiz straight up. And we only have 15 minutes to take it. And we didn't know when it was going to be in class. So I think some people showed up a little bit late just because they slept in. And also, keep in mind, my friend was there until this is our final review week. So she was at our architecture school until 4 a.m. Working on her project. And then she went home, went to sleep at 5, set an alarm for 7:30, but then slept through it because she's fucking exhausted because she only got 4 hours of sleep.
Of course.
And then was late to class by 15 minutes. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I was up really late last night. It's finals week. I'm sorry. I really was trying to be here on time, whatever. I slept through my alarm, and I understand that that's my bad. But is there any chance that I can take the quiz? And she was like, no. And that was it.
Damn.
And she that was her whole response.
That's
smile on her face. She was like, no. And I was like, you are a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Basically.
One time in class, she gave an example from her own life that, by the way, had nothing to do with what we were talking about. She was talking about colors. And she was like, so here's an example, guys. My daughter, I taught her all the colors because, she's my kid and whatever. And she has this one jacket, and I swear it's blue. And she thinks it's green. Why is she wrong like that?
What?
I just don't understand why she's wrong. And I was like, so do you just hate your daughter because she's colorblind or some shit?
Or are
what?
you colorblind?
Yeah, what? Which, by the way, the chances of a woman being colorblind is so low, just for genetic reasons, not because the gene for being colorblind is carried on the Y chromosome. So women don't have that. So there are forms of colorblindness that women can have, but like it's like way less common. But it's just like they just had like a disagreement on the color of a jacket, and her mom, my teacher, was like, I just think it's so stupid that she's wrong like that, and I was like what?
What is the point of this? Like, you're just dogging on your own kin for no reason.
For like thinking that a jacket is like a different, like, who gives a shit, dog?
Yeah.
But she's just like, and she'll sometimes do like accents and stuff of like certain cultures that we're maybe learning about in history.
No, that's
and
awful.
it's like that's like real.
Yeah.
Like, you know, not to be on my liberal shit,
it's
but like some
hearing,
of it is like really bad.
It's like hearing Drake throw out his Jamaican. Like, it's just not.
It's so bad, dude.
It misses on so many marks.
And like she's just so like, I was sick one time and I was like, hey, like I have a fever of like 103 and I feel like shit, so I'm not gonna be in class. Like, is there any way I can like make up the quiz?
Valid.
And she's like, I was like, what? Like what? Like, what do you mean no?
She sent you an email. It's just the shrugging guy emoji.
She sent me a JPEG of
and then her email signature at the bottom
of Reaper from Overwatch doing the emote where it's like, fuck yeah. Anyway, I mean, she's fine. I'm sure she's a decent person, but like, I don't know. Like, any teacher that like goes out of their way to make it inconvenience for their student to learn is like you're just the scum of the earth. I'm sorry.
You're just awful.
Like, why are you even here?
Yeah, it's like if you like dislike doing this so much, why did you pick it as your job?
Like, the university was just like, yeah, we just hired like 50 more tenured professors, which sounds awesome in concept.
Yeah.
But also, tenured professors mean that they just can't be fired for like minor shit. So since they're tenured, they don't really have to care about doing their job.
Yeah. It is
so
kind of messed up that way.
So Jackie, my history teacher, definitely is tenured. And I'm going to write in my review specifically, I don't care if you're a tenured professor. Like, if you make it inconvenient for your students to like actively try and learn, like I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me. At Jackie.
Putting you on blast on the story.
And she'll never see this because she doesn't know how to open a YouTube link.
I think that's a requirement for like being hired as a professor. It's, are you proficient at YouTube? No, you're hired.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Well, it's like, and then she has like all the GAs come over and do it, and she's like, classic Tyler, you're so smart. Or like one time she asked the GAs to give examples of like stuff that they've done, and then she just like fucking roasted every single one of them. And I was like, why are you asking them to like show their shit and then just make fun of it?
Yeah.
These people are 3 or 4 years ahead of us in their academic career, and our work definitely doesn't look like that yet. So if we see that shit and we're like, wow, that's like really good and really impressive, and she's like, could be better. Like, fuck you. What?
Yeah, it is bullshit. It's like anything could be better. Your dumbass could be better.
I could be better all the time. I'm sure. Yes. But like,
no, not your dumbass. I'm talking about her dumbass.
No. I know. Me as an example. I'm sure that obviously there's ways that everyone can improve. All the time.
Don't use yourself as an example. You're a perfect human being.
That's just not true. It's so false.
And the proof of that is because you have a microphone in front of you right now.
So true, bestie. But yeah, it's just like, and also the fact that like anyone who in architecture is like a model ripper, worst. Like, I spent, I think, probably like 24 to like 30 hours working on my model. You're telling me someone's just gonna be like, I don't like this. And then, like, it's not me? Like, what? That's so much time and effort.
Yeah, you're the one who made it. You should have the ability to, like, throw it in the fire.
Even if it's not, like, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Which I might do. Maybe, probably not, but, like...
I feel like the more you talk about what you go through at school on like a daily basis, it sounds more and more like an army regiment. Yeah,
No,
they
I mean,
just come into our space, they destroy all of our shit, they shit talk us, and we just kind of take it.
The shit talking and taking is definitely a thing. That is true. Or like sometimes and I've heard this from like the seniors or the juniors, sometimes your professor will be like, I think this would make your building so good. And then you do it, and then in review, someone will point it out and be like, I didn't really like that feature. And you want to know what your professor says? Yeah, that's kind of a really strange choice. You're the one that fucking told me to do that. What do you mean that was a strange choice? Anyway, I could go on and on about my program.
And we do.
I will not be getting my master's degree here. I don't care if it's free.
And it won't be, so...
It won't be, but even if it was. Even though normally it's a 3-year program, and if you go to school here, it's only 2, I'm not going to do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Not happening. Anyway, how are you?
I don't know. It's like last night I was like hanging out eating ice cream, and I was just like, damn, the wind is like blowing really hard.
It do be like that.
That was my day yesterday. Dude, it's crazy. It's actually like 20-mile-per-hour wind outside right now. Like we're approaching tornado levels for like no reason.
The wind, other than like wind turbines and wind energy, is the enemy of societal progress.
Yeah, and it's just fucked up because I always forget to bring a hair tie with me. So I'm like,
shit's always messing up my hair.
I'm walking down the sidewalk and I actually cannot even see.
Yeah, it's either like all your hair is like this way or like this way.
I look like a goddamn doofus walking between classes. I look like the fucking what are the guys from like Super Mario Sunshine called? Like the NPCs?
Oh, like the village people in like Delfino Plaza?
Yeah. I look like those people walking down the sidewalk. It's ridiculous.
It's okay. We've all been there.
That's not true. That's literally just
my
not
hair's
true.
not as long as yours, but I have the same problem.
I've been telling people recently, it's like I think I've reached like maximum hair capacity. I do not want this shit to get any longer. The maintenance is just like too much.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to shave my head.
For like a reason or just like...
I don't know. I'm just tired of like the wind messing up my hair and shit. Can't mess up the hair if there's nothing there. Plus, if I start to go bald, no one's ever going to know.
Well, bald is just tough because it's like, what if you have a fucked up head shape, you know?
Yeah. And I do. That's what I mean. So I can't like...
I don't think that's true, but sure.
How do you know that?
Because I like felt it in your sleep.
That's fair. 1 sec.
Yeah,
I'm going to take these off just for
do a little show. 3D spin. Wow.
There's like a big, like if you feel my head, it goes like...
Audio listeners, imagine like...
You'll have to imagine. It's actually really good. And also, my hair looks like shit. Sorry. I literally woke up at like 11:50 this morning. Went to print out an extra piece of a model for my girlfriend. And then came back here. And now I'm recording this podcast.
Nice.
So I got this cute little cowlick shit going on back here.
Oh, yeah. I have a million cowlicks like on the other side of my head. It's crazy.
It's so cool, dude.
It's not.
I love
It's awful.
the hair.
I hate it
Yeah,
so
it
much.
Sucks. But yeah. So,
it's like, when did a cow lick me in the first place? I don't even like live on a farm.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Where would I have seen a cow?
It's messed up, dude.
What, it's just got this long ass tongue reached all the way to the hospital, and it goes. Anyway, yeah. So I can't like shave it entirely.
What do you think about like if we get to the point where it's like, you know, you go to like have a kid and the doctors are like, what fucking genes do you want to like put in your kid? You know what I mean? Like a gene editing.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
If you want to have a kid and you're like, I want my kid to have blonde hair and I want my kid to, you know, not be pre-genetically exposed to like
cancer,
like diabetes or something. Yeah.
I feel like that's a good quality to have.
That's probably a good thing, but is it like, is it wrong?
I don't know, man. Up to you.
I feel
I mean, not like just you.
Don't get me wrong.
Again,
like being immune to cancer is like probably like a good gene to have in the long run. But like, isn't it just kind of weird that like you're born and then like your parents just decided for you that you know what? Like, what if I wanted to be? What if I wanted to have the ability to get cancer?
So.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? There. Like, it's the same issue with parents, like, giving their kids weird names or, like, unique names.
Like naming their kids, like, fucking Apple or something.
But it affects you on, like, a physical level. Yeah, like, if you name your kid Heaven backwards.
Oh, Nevaeh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, wait!
Do you know a Nevaeh?
I do, yeah. I used to work with a Nevaeh, and I was never like, yep.
Yeah, no, that's Heaven backwards.
Well, I don't like meet people and then I'm like, I'm gonna see what your name is backwards.
Well, no, it's just like a common thing. Like if you have like
Yeah, I guess I never thought about that.
If you have like a miscarriage and then you like try again for a second kid, people are like, oh, you gotta name the kid Heaven backwards for some reason.
That's fair, I guess.
Which is a thing, I guess. It's just why?
I mean, I used to work with her. I haven't talked to her in like 2 years. I'm not going to ask her now. Wouldn't have asked her when we worked together, but hope she's doing well.
It's the same thing like Kanye naming his kid North.
Like no, but like Northwest, fire name.
It is like a fire name, don't get me wrong.
No, it's not.
It kind of is, though.
It's like low-key, yeah, it's kind of cool, but like...
But at the same time, it's like this guy is going to have to like, what if he has to work at like O'Reilly Auto Parts or something? Like that shit's fucked up.
Which is on his name tag. Or her name tag. What is North's middle name? I think that's the real important part.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm trying to go like too deep in that rabbit hole.
Because like, if her middle name is like Southeast, then it's like funny.
North,
it's like
Southeast,
North, Southeast, West. And it also reads like the order of the cardinal directions. Anyway,
Northeast, Southwest.
Yeah, north.
It would have to be east, south.
Well, it's like if you read it like going radially, like around, like north, east, south, west.
Yeah, but you said...
I did that your way.
Whatever. Anyway.
Oh, I did say southeast. My bad.
So the name is just like fucked up. It's east, south. That's not how you're supposed to...
Yeah. Maybe your middle name is East South, man.
Hey, any East Southers listening to the show,
there's got to be someone.
Give us a call, man. Tell us what's up.
I think that even if every single person in America listened to our podcast, that we would not find an East Souther hit there.
I don't know. Someone can check like the white pages on that or something.
Yeah, Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, pull that up.
All right, I got to talk about it now.
Okay.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, dude.
Tell me what I want to hear.
Number 1, buggiest Pokemon game I have ever played.
Yes, sir.
By far.
Absolutely.
Frame rate, abysmal.
Dog shit.
Literally dog shit. I could be standing right here running at 30 frames per second, and Zach, who is directly next to me, would be running at 10 frames per second.
That's awesome.
So it's maybe not like that close, but it's like, here's 30 frames. Anything farther than like this is like 15 frames.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's probably the best Pokemon game I've ever played.
Dude, I just genuinely cannot believe this. I can't. Like
it's so good.
It's just not possible.
It's actually, like, unironically, like, I bought Sword and Shield and the DLC on my birthday, like, 2 years ago. Because I was like, I like Pokemon, I'm gonna play it, whatever. It was fun, but, like, I wasn't like, man, I really want to complete this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bright. Like, it was fine. There was some cool new Pokemon, whatever. This game it's so fun.
I just refuse to believe this. Like, I don't...
only thing that can improve it, other than it not being buggy as shit, is just please, for 2 reasons also. One, so the thing is voice acting. Please add voice acting, Game Freak. One.
But at the same time, if you're going to do like a shitty job, please do not do that.
Okay, yeah. Add decent voice acting.
It has to be like blow you out of the water voice acting. If it's only,
no, I don't even care.
If it's
Dude,
only decent,
it's Pokemon.
Then people are gonna like. It's just gonna no. That's one of the games like you have to do it well, otherwise everyone's gonna make fun of it, and it's just gonna.
I saw this video that someone made where like they had like a dude and like they had like a guy and a girl voiceover, like 2 of the main characters, who are male and female, and it was so good. Because, by the way, like, their facial expressions and, like, the animations and stuff are actually, like, really good and, like, genuine. You know, whatever.
When they're not, like, expanding to 300% their size.
Yeah. I haven't ran into, like, any bugs that are, like, that bad, other than, you can just, like, if there's, like, you need to, like, get up somewhere, like, and there's a Pokemon on that surface, you can just battle that Pokemon, and it'll just teleport you up to be on the same level so you can battle them, and then you can just... Like, that's it. So, like, instead of upgrading my mount Pokemon, I just did that for one of the areas, and I got through it. So,
which is just, cool. Like, insane.
Honestly, I think it's a good use of your resources, really.
I didn't
even know that worked, and then I tried it, and I was like, yo. Like, I didn't see the bug online or anything. I found it myself.
Yeah, and then you did it for an entire area.
Nice Breaking Bad reference. Yeah. But it's like... Like, honestly, like, one of the pathways is definitely lacking. There's, like, 3 main paths. One of them is definitely lacking. And your rival is, like, mid. But, like, it's fun.
I don't doubt that. It's just, like...
Like, it's good.
Is it that much of an improvement on the normal Pokemon formula where it's worth $60?
I would say that, like, I wish I could show you how many hours I have in the game, but I don't know yet because, like...
Oh, yeah, you know, Nintendo does the stupid shit where, like, you have to own the game for, like, a month before you know how many hours you have.
But it's like, I bought it last Monday, so, like, a week and, like, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I already completed, like, all of the main story. And I've been busy as shit. Like,
so
whenever I have free time...
short, right?
It can be... Like, I could have beat the game, like, way faster than I did. But, like, I spent probably, like, the first, like, 10 hours that I played the game just, like, running around and looking at all the environments.
Yeah.
And one thing that I give them really, really good credit for is that the way that the Pokemon are in the environments, like, in Legends Arceus, they just kind of, like, spawn and then they're, like, there, existing.
Yeah.
And, like, that's it. But, like, there are, like, some bug Pokemon, like, there's, for example, there's, like, a spider Pokemon, and, like, in the beginning area, like, it hangs, like, from the trees, and it, like, climbs around and whatever, and it, like, it doesn't just, like, sit there.
Yeah.
Or, like, there's some Pokemon where you're like, oh my god, that's so cool, and they, like, travel in a herd, like, all the Tauros, like, run across the fields, like, in a herd, always.
That's cool.
And, like, the way that, like, the Pokemon are in the environment are, like, actually, like, relatively... accurate to like how I feel like they would be.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And then there are other times where they like, you know, phase into the wall and you're like, this takes away from the immersion a little bit. But like overall, Emerald used to be my favorite Pokemon game. Same. Or I guess technically like Alpha Sapphire. Because that game was good. That just was like Emerald, but with Mega Evolutions.
Yeah.
By the way, fuck you, Game Freak. Why did you get rid of Megas?
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. They just keep making the same mechanic, but giving it a different name. Yeah, and it's like... Also, the terrestrializing thing, like, it's cool, but, like, the things on top of their heads are really stupid looking. The crystallized texture is cool. It looks really nice. And I think that, like, the mechanic of, like, Pokemon's, like, Terra type can be different than, like, their regular 2 typings is cool. And, like, I'm not super into the competitive scene, but, like, that I know that adds a whole ton of stuff there and, like, new strategy and whatever. And that's cool. So I think it's a good addition. But, like, why'd you get rid of Mega Evolution? The only thing this game means to me, like, in the long term, I guess, is just that, like, I hope the new games are better because of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same with Legends Arceus. It's like the game is like ass, but it's
Legends
like,
Arceus.
yeah, it's ass.
Yeah. I got it because I was like, it came out on my birthday. So I was like, oh my god, dude, that's got to be a sign. And I want to play this game. It looks fun. I had a lot of fun for the first, like, 2 or 3 hours that I played it. But, like, after that, it's just, like, not as good.
Yeah,
like,
what's really the point?
The traversal's not as good. Like, you have to, like, switch between all these Pokemon. Like, it's, like, the way that the Pokemon are in the environment isn't really, like, it's not super immersive. The landscape's, like, super bland. There's not really, like, the story is not good.
I mean, let's be real. Like, it never has been. The last time a Pokemon story was good was, like, Black and White.
Yeah.
Or maybe, you know, if you want to stretch it a little bit, like X and Y.
Yeah.
Although X and Y felt, like, very, like, this is just, like, kind of stupid, to be honest.
Yeah. No, it was bad. Black and White was good.
Black and White's very
X and
good.
Y was, like, fine. X and Y is one of my favorite Pokemon games, but, like, again, it's a Pokemon game. I don't like it because the story is, like, immaculate.
Yeah, I think X and Y is the reason, like, Sun and Moon were good. And why I think a lot of people got, like, a ton of mileage out of that game.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Maybe not, like, that it's an outstanding Pokemon game, because
I didn't
I
love
think Sun and Moon was pretty mid overall, but it's, like...
It was good.
Yeah.
But, like, I wasn't, like, oh my god.
Yeah. There just wasn't enough there for me to be like, this is
like
it.
Scarlet and Violet. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I got Scarlet, so I can't speak from like.
It's
whatever.
the same goddamn game. Shut up.
It's the same goddamn game.
I'm tired of pretending that the two games are different.
No. But like, you know, like the new version exclusives or whatever. Like, if you really care about that and whatever, like, sure. I just picked the one with the cooler box art, legendary. That I think is cooler. Miraidon is also super cool. But like, it's the same game. Don't buy both of them. I don't know why Game Freak makes like that such a huge thing. But a lot of people do. I mean, if you do because you just like it and you want to collect all the Pokemon and you want to get the Pokedex complete, whatever. I respect it. But like,
just be a normal person and like ask someone on the subreddit to get you the other Pokemon. Like, it's not that hard.
That's what I'm gonna do. But it's like, the game, honestly, like, I really like it. And I think that all the improvements that it made are good. And I just hope that, like, I'm hoping that eventually, like, it'll just be better and better and better. And then eventually they'll make, like the perfect Pokemon game.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen for, like, 2 more games, probably, though.
That's okay, though. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And it's also, like, pretty good. But also, like, the story of this game is, like, not... Like, it's not great. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, this reminds me of, like, some, like, best-selling novel. Like, this is just an amazing form of storytelling.
George R.R. Martin really fucked
Yeah,
it.
exactly. But, like, there are some really nice moments. But I feel like it's just, like, really taken away by the fact that, like, it's, like, you just have to click through all these fucking text boxes. And that's the other thing, like, why I really want them to add voice acting.
Dumbass, you signed up for an RPG. That's what you get. That is the
game. Yeah, I know,
but,
like, so many games, like, it's just a cutscene, and you just talk. Like, you hear them talk, and there's, like, emotion in their voice and whatever. And it's weird, because, like, the facial animations in this game are, like, pretty good. Like, you can see the emotion on people's faces, but you can't hear it in their voice. So it, like, is so weird.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, text. Or, like, there's one line at, like, the end of the game where... I'm not going to spoil it, but, like, this character is, like... Well, you know, it was really nice to, like, hear this person. And I was like, dude, this could have been such a good scene if it was, like, they actually spoke and you could, like, hear the emotion in their voice.
Yeah. But that's what
whatever.
I'm saying. Like, you got to be careful with it because then, you know, it looks like Sunshine. Mario Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like... Come on, man. We have a topics channel that I'll write in, like, to remind myself of stuff to talk about on the show. And I'll write them in a way so Henry doesn't know what I'm going to be talking about until I bring it up. And I'm looking at it right now, and I'm just confused. I do not remember this one. In the topics channel, I wrote, in quotes, Instagram CCTV man, dance with the devil, you are being watched, AI will kill us all. And I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means.
I do remember seeing that and then being like, I can't wait to hear what that one is. And now I guess
don't
I
remember.
Won't.
I literally don't remember.
But that brings us to our next topics channel topic.
No, it actually doesn't.
Going band for band.
Yeah. This is this is just another like Valorant thing. Like we're in Valorant.
And then this dude is like, oh yeah?
This guy, was he on the other team or was he on our team?
Yeah, he was on the other team.
He was on the other team. And he's like trying to like shit on us even though he's losing.
Yeah, by like a lot.
He's calling us bad even though like the game is, you know, it's like 8-0 right now.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's like, bro, if we meet up, we would go band for band. 1v1, we go band for band. And it's like, what does that mean?
And then instead of being like, yo, add me on Discord, we'll talk, he kept saying, yo, add the cord.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, we'll go band for band. Add the cord right now.
We'll go band for band, bro.
I'm like, what do you mean, dude?
Not only do I not know what that means, like, do you want me to give you, like, a server invite? Do you want me to give you, like, my handle? Like, I don't know what you're asking.
Yeah. Great guy, though.
The shit talk in Valorant chat is just not what it is in, like, CSGO or League. Which is unfortunate. I mean,
it's
it
a
is
little bit
still
less racist,
funny.
which is nice.
Well, yes, that is good. But it's just not as funny.
No.
Unfortunate. People don't know the strategies with Valorant.
They do know how to make you pissed, though.
This is true, yeah. I don't know, dude. I've had the Valorant itch recently. I'm not
we gotta play then.
Entirely. Well, we did. We played twice earlier this week.
Oh, and that's it? Your itch is just scratched?
No, it has not been scratched. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
We're both busy folks. A game of Valorant takes like 45 minutes.
It does.
It's kind of insane, to be honest. It's not CSGO, though. Because in CSGO, you got to go till round 15.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So imagine, like, it's round 30, and you get sent into OT.
I've had a game once, the longest game of Valorant I've ever played. We won. It was 24-22.
Yeah.
That took like an hour and a half.
That is actually 2 games of Valorant in one.
Yep.
And people they press the green button. They just keep going. The rift waits for no one. It's actually sad.
I appreciate that, though. Anyone who draws in that game is a pussy.
Yes.
I would rather lose than get 0 RR.
But also, sometimes the other team is just better than you. And you say, you know what? It was a good one.
No, that's fair. But, like sometimes it's just close, dude. And it'll be everyone wants to keep playing except for, like, one person that one draw vote's like, oh, game's over. And it's like, fuck you, man.
Okay, but that's, like, only after you get past, like, 3 OT.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's 6 rounds.
But that's what I mean. If you've tied that many times, then it's like, obviously it's a really close game.
Hence the draw in the first place.
Yeah, but then, like, you want to see who wins, man. Eventually someone's got to slip.
Look, normally I'm on your side, but for the sake of, you know, like, people, like, having a life outside of video games, this feature is necessary.
You play Valorant. You do not have a life.
This is true.
Not you specifically. I just mean, like, everyone who plays Valorant.
No, yeah. I'm just saying.
If you're playing Valorant, dude, you have to know what you... Like, Valorant is a long game. If you want to play a round of Val, you need to, like, dedicate time to that shit.
Oh, yeah. You cannot have any plans.
No.
And,
like,
the rating is very serious. Like, if you win 5 games, not only is that, like, 4 hours, it's also, like, an entire rank's worth of rating points. Which is what happens when we played a couple times ago. We just lost, like, 5 games in a row.
Yep, and that's it. That's, like, your whole rank.
Yeah.
And that's it. You just lose.
Yeah, it's just not a great situation.
No, it's so awesome.
Shout out Valorant, though.
Shout out Riot Games.
Better than Overwatch 2. And I'll stand by that.
Yeah. I think Overwatch 2 is probably more fun.
No.
But, like, oh, okay. Well, it's like there's more variety of characters.
Yeah, but, like it's
dude,
just not as fun. Dude, Overwatch...
No, I mean, I would rather play Val
characters,
any day of the week.
All of the characters have, like, a gajillion health. No one ever dies.
That is fair, yeah.
It just... It feels like...
Except me. I die every time I play
point-and-click
that
adventure game. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No,
maybe
Valorant's
I just
the
don't
point.
understand the game, and that's part of it.
Yeah, maybe
which
not.
is also,
I
probably
like them
true.
both. Like, I would rather play Valorant, but, like,
No, I don't like Overwatch. I'm just not a fan, personally.
I like Valorant way more. How about that? But, like, if
Yes.
Zach's like, hey, want to hop on Overwatch? I'll be like, yeah, sure.
That is one of the games I'll be like, no. I'm not going to play Overwatch. I'm just not going to do that.
You want to play Fortnite?
It's also one of those games that's like... I will hop on Fortnite every
You
now
will?
and again.
Oh, shit, okay.
Here's the thing with Fortnite. That's like a once in a, 2 months kind of situation. Like, I can play
Yeah,
it, like,
Overwatch
one or
is a
two
never.
times in, like, a week. But then I need, like, a 2-month break.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't provide anything to me. And Overwatch is just, like, a cesspool of terrible people.
That's true.
And, like, 8-minute long queues to get into games.
No, dude, it's so awesome.
And you can't even, like, play the character you want to play because you got unless you have the fast pass. If you have the fast pass, then the game still doesn't work. It's a whole thing.
No.
I'm just
Because
not
they made
ready
all
to...
the fun characters the attack people.
Yeah, and then they're like, but also, and then they fucked it up with the 5v5 where it's like you only have one tank and the tank is just like the best player on the team always. So if you pick the wrong tank, you just like lose the game.
Yep.
At least in Valorant, I can just like headshot 5 people and carry the rest of my team.
Yeah, unless you get dogged on.
To some extent, it's like the abilities matter a lot more in Overwatch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like
Valorant's more like
with
gunplay.
Valorant, there's always that clutch factor that Overwatch does not have. If you're the best Valorant player, is always going to be able to like carry the rest of the team. The best Overwatch player is going to be held back. Always. In like, obviously like none of what I'm saying applies to like top play in any circumstance, obviously. And it's like the same thing with League of Legends. That like you just have like 10 people in a match who just understand the game to a degree that like no one else in the world does. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the average game of Overwatch where you have like one sane person and everyone else is stupid.
I think that the same thing applies to Valorant though. Like,
no,
I think
I
that
do too.
If
But
you have a game where it's like 1 plat and like 4 silvers against like 5 golds, the 5 golds will win every time.
yes,
Like there have been times where I have been
but that
like,
doesn't happen in like normal matchmaking.
oh really? It happens to me all the fucking time, dude.
That doesn't happen to me. No.
The amount of times that I top frag in a match and I like totally carry, or I'll go like, one time I went like 30 and like 12 and I lost. It was like I was like 30 and 12 and the next person on my team was like 8 and like 24 or some shit like that.
But it was a close game.
Yeah.
You know what
You
I'm
still
saying?
lose,
Like,
you know what I mean?
well,
It's so
yeah.
annoying to like feel like you're playing really well and then lose.
Yes. I mean, it's all part of the problem of like how does like the matchmaking actually like pair people.
Yeah.
And it's
and
like
the Valorant smurfing situation is so bad, dude.
dude, like the Valorant, well, it's like that, but it's also trying to get you like people that are like ever so slightly better than you to the point where like if you lose one, then the game will like kind of feed you a win in some circumstances, and then if you
Sometimes.
win, it'll throw you harder and like harder teams to go up against.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to hook players into like getting them to win, but not too much.
Yeah.
And sometimes it fucks up.
But you also always get more when you lose. Like, you always get more taken off when you lose, I feel like.
Yeah, which is why they want you to, like, win
Unless
twice
you're, like,
and then
totally
lose once.
carrying. It's like...
Yeah.
Like, unless you're, like, totally popping off and you're, like, you know, your KD's, like, over 2. Like, you're not going to get more than, like, 20 RR. But if you lose... Like, the most RR you could get if you lose is, like, 38.
It is crazy. There was one game I lost, like, 29. But I went, like...
Well, you and I will play, like, twice, and then we'll get, like 12 RR, and then, like, 18 RR. And then we'll play a game, we'll lose 30. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
There goes those 2 wins. Like, it doesn't even out at all.
No.
So...
But it
whatever,
does
man.
incentivize you to get, like, insanely good at the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know.
Which is fair. Like, I was stuck in bronze forever, and then I, like, just practiced, and I got into silver. Like, really easily.
Yeah.
Once I started practicing.
You do just have to, like, download aim labs, and you get, like, 10% proficiency.
I don't even, like, I don't even use the aim labs.
No, I don't either.
It's just like
it's
the Valorant,
too much
like,
effort to be. Just, like, play the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really
or, like,
not
go in the
that
range
hard.
and practice and whatever.
I don't know. I just don't have the time to put into, like, you know, B plat or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever make it.
I
want
think
to, but
we'll make it
I don't think it'll
eventually, but it's a slow grind. Like, in 2 years, we'll be plat, I think.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's, you know? And then at that point, the game will be almost 5 years old.
And the player base will be dying.
And that'll be... No, I don't think so. I think Valorant's, like, the next big esport. Although they did kind of, like, fuck up, like, their whole esports thing. They're making it, like, all franchised, where you have to, like, buy... Like, you as a team, you have to buy a spot in, like, the, like, Riot... Fuck it. I don't know what they call it. The league, I guess. So it's like there's only a select number of teams that actually participate in, like, the tournaments that go on throughout the year, which kind of makes sense because I think, like, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, that, like, diminishes competition because, like,
I think it makes it more
team...
professional, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people are criticizing it because it means that, like, not any team can compete, and technically you're, like, diminishing the competitive integrity of the scene, which to some extent is true. But they're also making it more professional, and they're also trying to turn esports into a profitable business, which right now it isn't. It just kind of, like, bleeds money as a whole. So it's, like, a big step forward for, like, the future of esports as a whole, I think.
So we'll just practice and get really good.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we're going to get insanely good, and then we're going to get picked up by, I don't know, like T1 or something.
Let's get picked up by...
Cloud9.
By Moist Esports, dude.
Yeah, they're not in Valorant, unfortunately.
No, I'm actually number 9 in the world at Valorant. Not many people know that.
Yeah?
It's kind of an inside joke.
There is a guy, like, on my college's Valorant team who has legitimately been, like, top 10 on the ranked leaderboards in some of the seasons.
Holy shit.
I don't want to, like, call him out or whatever, but...
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like our team is actually no joke. We're kind of good. So over Thanksgiving, I walked into
a
bar, and I got hammered. There was this guy named Dale. We were crazy. No, I walked into this music store, and I was like, I'm just gonna, like, look for some vinyls that I want. And you know what? Side tangent for, like, 2 seconds. Today is December 1st, okay? No Shave November has ended. Tomorrow, they're releasing the Minecraft Volume A soundtrack on vinyl, and I have, like, 2 alarms set so I can pick that shit up because I want that bad. And it always sells out. But anyway, I walk into this music store, and I'm just, like, looking for shit I want. And I was like, you know what? What if I just go in and I just, like, purchase a random thing, right? Like, that's a fun thing. Try new things, you know, have a new experience.
Yeah.
So my only criteria for picking a thing is just, is the cover cool?
I think that's a good criteria.
Yeah, so, like, am I gonna, like, want to have this hanging up on my wall behind me? So, behind me, it's the one with, like, the deer, or it's, like, a picture of a deer in, like, a big snowy field or whatever. I was like, that's kind of cool. I have no information on this band. I don't even know what genre the music is.
You haven't listened to it yet?
I have.
Oh.
But I'm getting there. So I like don't have any information on this thing at all. I'm just like, fuck it. It's $15. Give me that shit. So I take it. I was like, before I listen to it, you know, I think it's important to some extent, like, you know, before you read a book, like you look up a little bit about the author. So you could just have a general idea of like what the author's values are. What are we going into this book expecting to some degree? Yeah. And I like to do the same with music, I think is important. Sometimes, like, you know, you go on to like an artist Bandcamp page and they have like a little blurb about like why they made the album or whatever. So I was just trying to find any information on this thing before I listened to it. I find out that it's like hardcore rock with like screamo influence, and I'm like, sick. And then
cool, man.
I find like the band, it's called Clarity by this UK band called Veils. This is like basically the only piece of music they've ever released. They have like a full album. I didn't know this. Okay. This has 5 songs on it. So it's not quite an album because it's not long enough to be an album.
Yeah.
I think the band calls it an EP, but on streaming services it's called a single, even though there's 5 songs.
There's 5, yeah.
So it's very confusing as to what this is. It's in total like 15 minutes of music. So the vinyl disc is actually only one-sided. There's only one side with music on it.
Shit.
So I'm like, okay, and I put it on, and it's actually like pretty good. If you want to go stream, it's on Spotify or whatever.
Check them out.
Yeah, or you know, probably like stream it on Bandcamp because like the artist makes more that way. But it's actually like kind of good. But I don't know if I've found like a relic of some kind. Like I don't know how many of these exist in the world because the band is so small. This is like legitimately the only piece of music they've ever released.
Maybe that's the only one.
This could be the actual like only one, and it's like, how the fuck did this end up in like this random
like our
store
one podcast episode on vinyl
that I walked into? Like that's kind of crazy, you know?
Who knows, man? I bet it's got a crazy journey.
It has to have, right? Like how it's from the UK, so it's like, how did it get from all the way over there and then into my hands, you know? So if anyone from the band is watching this, I don't know, like send me an email. I want to know your life story. Because it's just kind of, and it's from, I don't think I mentioned this, it's from 2012. So this shit is old.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a decade ago.
Yeah, that's like 10 years. Oh my God.
So it's like, you know, it's just a piece of history now at this point.
That's kind of really cool. I should do that, except I don't have a record player. So
yeah.
My sister does, though.
The other thing I got was Depression Cherry by Beach House. So shout out.
Yeah.
Which I texted you about because, I don't know, we just have like an inside joke that Space Song is funny. Which it is.
Well, I have this one friend who, like, last summer, like, he and his girlfriend broke up before college, and I swear to God, that is, like, all he listened to.
Yeah.
Like, he only listened to Space Song. Like, that's it. For, like, I don't know, it was his top song on a Spotfiy Wrapped by, like, a lot.
Yeah, his Spotfiy Wrapped has to look crazy.
We were like, dude, are you okay? And he was like,
no.
Wow. And I was like, all right, man.
Speaking of Spotfiy Wrapped, that came out yesterday.
Yep. Sure did.
You don't seem super happy
Every
about
year I look at my Spotfiy Wrapped and I'm like, really? Like, that's what I listened to?
It's like the joke.
But, like, it's me.
Yeah, like, my brother in Christ, you listen to the music. I don't know why you're disappointed by it.
Yeah, no. And, okay, it's not that, like I like it, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't listen to it. But, like,
yeah.
Let me see if I can find, Okay, can you like hurry up? Anyway, my top artist.
Yeah, give me the top artist.
Also, I did not listen to nearly as many minutes of music as I thought I did.
I didn't either. I think, okay, I have a theory that like Spotify's calculation for stuff is wrong. Also, learned
it has to be.
I've learned just today from an inside source that they stop collection of data on like October 31st.
Oh.
Which would make sense.
When do they start though?
I presume at the beginning of the year, but then that leaves like November and December unaccounted for in the data. But I don't know if this is true. This is all speculation.
Okay, so my top artist, I will never be ashamed of. They're like one of my favorite bands ever.
Yeah.
Is Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
Shout out.
I'm sure that literally no one knows who that is. But that's their logo now. It used to not be. They're like hip hop, like R&B, like
yeah,
sort of like I want to say like it's not like modern rap. How about that? And that's why I really like it.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a little bit more like upbeat, I guess. But it's not like like sunshine and rainbows or whatever. It's just like less sort of like grunge-esque.
Yeah. Give me the top 5 though.
Here, I'm trying to find it.
God damn it, you don't have it prepared.
No, I know, I'm sorry. Okay. My top artists are Can't Stop, Won't Stop is number 1.
Okay.
Number 3 is Boy Pablo, who wrote my favorite song ever, which is Wasito Rico.
Shout out.
Great song.
It's a good song.
Number 2 is The Fat Rat.
This is The Fat Rat.
Shout out. This is The Fat Rat. Which I didn't think about that, but I guess I probably did listen to him a lot because I put on his shit while I'm studying. Because it's just, like, it's like, like EDM, nice focus music.
Yeah.
Number 4 is the composer for JoJo's, and number 5 is the composer for My Hero.
That's awesome.
Because my entire gym playlist is just like that. Like, that's it.
That's awesome.
It's so fucking awesome.
So it is like, yeah, I understand why you're disappointed. Like,
yeah,
you
but
would
I'm
hope
also
to see,
like...
You would hope to rep a little bit more representation in there.
Yeah, like, I would hope to be a little bit less niche, but, like, it is what it is. I'm not going to post it, but I guess I'm talking about it here, so... If any of my friends are watching this, there you go. And then my top songs are Entertain Me by Yolanda Garcia, which is the song that plays during the Neon cinematic intro for Valorant.
That's crazy.
Dude, it's so good.
That is a good
so
song,
good.
But it's just I wouldn't have expected that.
I also didn't. I mean, I listened to it like a lot when it came out, but then like I didn't think it was enough to be my top song, but I guess it was. And I only listened to it 158 times, I think.
That's like a lot.
Which is a lot, but like I thought that for sure I would have listened to another song more than that, but I guess not.
Yeah.
And then Wasito Rico is my number 2, which is my favorite song. Fly Day Chinatown is my number 3 song, which I'm sure that most people don't know what that is.
No, I have no clue what this is.
It's a banger. Number 4 is the Attack on Titan opening.
Wait, which season?
The first one.
Okay, good.
Like the OG one.
Yeah.
And number 5 is Emotional Prism.
That's, yeah.
Do you know what song that is?
Yes, I do. It's just a very interesting lineup.
It is a very interesting lineup.
And it's funny
also,
that your
like,
gym workout, like, not that it's all anime, because I think that's fine.
It's mostly.
But that you listen to it enough, because you haven't gone to the gym this semester a lot. So it's all, like, last semester.
So I feel like, first of all, very insulted.
Yeah, okay. You
totally
said
kidding.
This yourself. I'm just repeating.
It is true. But, I mean, I also just listen to it sometimes, like, when I study or some shit. Like, it's just, like, hype-up music.
I get that.
But, like, yeah, I guess so.
We have very different study music preferences.
We do.
My shit is all, like, ambient post-rock. Like...
I respect that.
It's weird.
I like to get hyped up, dude. I have to feel like I'm the main character and I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Which I'm not, by the way. But,
Here we go. I got my top 5.
Let's hear it. Is this songs or artists?
I'll do artists first, and then I have to find. I didn't save my top songs. I'll have to go find. Oh no, wait, I did. Okay, my top artists Number one, Kendrick Lamar, which, you know, like he had
I can
a
respect
new
that.
album that dropped, so it like makes sense. I think I didn't realize like when the album dropped, my first impressions were that like it wasn't that memorable and that I wouldn't be playing it a lot. And then it's like the only thing that's traveled with me across like all of the months of the year. So it kind of makes sense. And just spoiler alert, 4 of my top songs are Kendrick Lamar songs. So like
There you go.
which is crazy because I don't think I actually listened to a lot of Kendrick this year, but I mean, I guess I did. I expected him to be in my top 5, but not number 1. Number 2, I am going to be canceled for. It's Kanye West.
Fuck you.
Shout
Kill
out.
yourself.
Yeah.
Don't you know he's anti-Semitic?
Well, not before.
Yeah, see? And that's the tough part. I mean, I never listened to him, but like, hey, it is what it is, man.
Oh, well. 3 is my favorite band ever, Radiohead.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They were my number 1 last year. Or maybe the year before. I don't remember. Or maybe both
I feel
years.
like it was last. Maybe both. Who knows?
4, one of my, genuinely, I think, like, the best rapper right now, JPEG Mafia. A bit of more of an underground kind of guy. A lot of people who are, like, not into the hip-hop side of things probably don't know who he is, but he's amazing.
Even I know who that is, though. So I respect that. That's
there you go.
Not that you picked it, but, like, that's a good pick.
Yeah. And then number 5, I have Tyler, the Creator, which makes sense. I think his most recent albums are just like super playable. So I just have it in a bunch of different playlists that I put on like pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And then just top songs. One is Hazard Duty Pay by JPEG Mafia, shout out. And then the rest are Kendrick Lamar. It's N95, Love, Father Time, and Count Me Out. Which is weird because those like should not be my most. I've definitely played songs more than a lot of those songs, but
yeah,
whatever, I guess.
You know what I mean? I feel like I wish that they were more descriptive as to like when.
Yeah, I wish I got like a whole spreadsheet of the data.
Well, not even that, but it's like I just want to know like the dates.
Yeah,
because like it would make a lot more sense, I guess, if they do stop like counting the data like October 31st, like that makes way more sense.
Yeah. But it just like builds on my theory that I think the stats are wrong because it gives you a breakdown of podcast listening as well, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. And it told me that I had 5,000 minutes of podcast listening, which if you take the time to do the math, is just not true. There's like my number 1 most listened to podcast is The Yard. And I've listened to every episode this year. Supposedly, if it stops before, like at the end of October, that means there should be, 40 episodes. They're all like 90 minutes long. That like almost right there gets you to 5,000. So it like doesn't, and then that doesn't even like take into account that I've watched in like all of the episodes of other podcasts for the entirety of this year. So it just does not add up.
I feel like it can't be totally accurate.
And I also feel like I've listened to more music this year than last, but yet I have 10,000 less listening hours than I did last year.
How many hours? Is it in hours or minutes?
Or it's in minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
I meant
hours,
minutes.
Like...
But last year I had 56,000 minutes, and this year I had 41,000.
I only had 25.
I feel like that's pretty normal.
It's 1,000, not just 25.
I listened to 5 songs. I
listened to 5 songs, all Drake.
Yeah. So I think the numbers are weird on that, but
I also think that they're weird. Like, I feel like that just can't be true. I have to have listened to more music than that. I used to like listen to. I've been a little bit better about it because I realized that like I feel like I always have to be listening to music to do something, and I feel like that's probably really bad.
I don't think so.
Like, need to be like constantly stimulated in order to do something. So I've been trying to do it a little bit less, but it's like I swear it has to be more than 25,000 minutes.
Yeah,
because last year I was at like 60, and I feel like I didn't. I feel like I listened to more music, not less.
Yeah.
So I'm like.
I don't know. It is strange. I like this time of the year because people are always like, like on the timeline or whatever. Everyone's posting their Spotify Wrapped. I've seen a lot of like I'm a member of r/Kanye West, and everyone's posting their like Spotify Wrapped. There's one guy with like 111,000 listening minutes to just Kanye, which is like, do you ever at that point? Do you ever sit like alone with your thoughts? Do you ever have time to think? I don't understand.
Yeah,
That's
you
so
do.
many minutes
with Kanye.
With Kanye, I guess.
Kanye and I are sharing an intimate moment right now.
Yeah.
We shared 11 or how much was it?
111,000.
We shared 111,000 intimate moments together.
It's like literally a fifth of the year.
That's so much time, dude.
That's insane. But it is funny. I saw like a thing on my Twitter feed that was like, your most played song was like this like pitched up white noise that's supposed to like fend off mice or something like that. Like it's a mice repellent noise or
There's
something.
no mice in my life.
It's like, you played this song 700 times.
Holy shit.
I do also like the memes where it's like people are like, you got into 25 car crashes this year because you were singing along to a song. Maybe drive better next year.
Dude, that would be a good Spotify rap. You listened to death metal every time you got in the car this year.
Yeah.
Somehow only resulting in 5 accidents. Better than last year's 8. Good job.
But it is like, Brockhampton didn't even show up in my top listened, and I've been listening to them all year.
I know, that's crazy, dude.
Which is like, so it just doesn't make sense to me, but it's always cool to see what people are listening to. Or, especially like with the top, it's like what music actually like travels with you throughout the year.
Yeah.
Is also cool.
I keep getting pings of my friend's Discord server right now about 2 of my friends arguing about how jazz is maybe music or maybe not music.
How is it not music? That doesn't make any...
Or like my one friend is like, dude, I just put it on when it's like background music or whatever. And my one friend is then like, oh, well, then you're not really listening to it. You're just hearing it.
I mean, technically...
Which is like true. But like my one friend is like a big music snob and my other friend is not. And so it's like, you just have different opinions, man. No one cares.
Yeah, that's like the right answer. It's like, yeah, I think,
Like, my one friend is like, well, you're wrong because it's so much deeper than that. And it's like, no, it's not. It's like...
It is really not.
You can either, like, really appreciate it if you want to, or you can just not, and it doesn't matter.
I think
if you like it... Because, like, you can appreciate, like, the theory and, like the chords that they use and, like, the specificities of, like, how the rhythm interacts with, like, the different instruments. Like, some people really like that. My one friend, like, loves that. And that's why he's like, dude, jazz? And my other friend's like, yeah, I just put it on in the background because, like...
It sounds good on my ears.
Yeah, because it, like, sounds nice. And he's like, you're not listening to it.
It's like, it depends on the music, right? Like, I think if you're just listening to, like, instrumental jazz, like, music is an art, but it's not like, the people who made the jazz song, like, sat down and they were like, I really wanted to evoke, like, the feeling of just being alone and, like, not having any self-worth in the way. It's like, no, you weren't. You're just fucking, you're on the drums and shit, and it's fun.
Well, it's like, that's the thing. I mean, there are some artists who, like, really do think about that type of shit. Oh,
yeah, for sure.
And then there's some who don't. And so it's like, whatever, man. How are you supposed to know for, like, every piece of music that you listen to? You're like, they put thought and effort into... It's like people are like, man, Donda Chant, dude, one of the best songs ever.
It's crazy, bro.
when the woman said, Donda. Donda. I felt that in my soul. I resonated with that. Did you know that was made after Kanye's mother, Donda's heartbeat, as she passed away? Did you know that?
That's not true.
Isn't that crazy?
I do think it's cool, though, if you play the start of Donda Chant in Jail, the Dondas line up with, like, the main beat of Jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Wouldn't it be funny if it just wasn't?
It probably isn't, is the thing. Like, It's such a like slapped together album that I just there's no way. It's just a coincidence probably. But it is like, you know, that's one of the reasons I like Kendrick Lamar, cuz it's like none of the lyrics are wasted. There's no bloat. Like everything that is put on the album like makes sense and was meant to be there cuz it's there for like a higher artistic reason. And then, you know, and if you like jazz, you don't gotta, like... I think the appreciation for jazz comes more from, like, a person who plays music perspective type of appreciation for that. And then there's, like, people who are just, like, I don't know, it's a groovy beat or whatever.
Yeah, like, some people just listen to it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or hear it or whatever. Like,
you really don't have to go that crazy about it.
Dude, he's so talented. Like, he's awesome. Really, really good dude. Has tons of talent. He's probably going to be making music for, like, his whole life. And so he's like, dude, you just don't understand it. I'm like, guys, this is like politics. Like, everyone lives their own life, and everything is different to everyone.
Yeah.
So some people really like to listen to music and, like, understand the instrumentation and why certain beats are used and why certain notes are used and what instruments play when. And some people are just like, dude, that's groovy. And both of those things are okay.
And some people are like, dude, when Baby Keem said jump in that whip, it was like I...
When 21 Savage came on, and then he said,
21. Can you do something for me?
Can you do something for me? And then that's when Drake said that. And dude, oh my god, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That's like, it's like...
Like, bitch, don't kill my vibe.
If it's that deep for you, it's that deep for you. If it's not, it's not. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that is really all it is. Anyway, death to Spotify. Thanks for listening. You know,
Why?
Spotify is, like, fucked up, right? Because it's like, you know, they're just, like, taking the artist's money or whatever.
Oh, are they, like, really bad about that?
Yeah, they have, like, one of the lowest rates of, like, paying their artists on streaming services, but it's also like the most popular platform.
Is it worse than Apple Music?
Yes.
Damn
like
it.
I think it is the worst.
Man.
But that's the thing, the like population of the platform is so much larger than any other. So that's like the only way like some smaller artists like get discovered.
That sucks, dude.
I don't know.
I feel like Spotify's a better platform, but like I guess if it obviously like part of that is supporting your creators.
Yeah, so I mean, you know,
I feel like it's better for the user. How about that?
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think there's a lot more you can do with Spotify than you can with Apple Music.
And I think it's like recommended. Like I think it is a better product overall. But that's why you gotta like go, you know, and buy a concert ticket.
Yeah.
When you can. Anyway, death to the patriarchy. Thanks for listening.
To the patriarchy. Thanks for listening. Kill all men, myself included. Please put me out of this misery. Peace.
Peace out.